Good morning and welcome to the news at 7. I am David Opwasele. Headlines this morning. Anambra State government asks Nigerian Society of Engineers to quickly intervene in the high rate of building collapse in the country. INEC presents certificates of return to 30 members elect of State House of Assembly. Boko Haram militant raids military base near Burutai's hometown, kills policeman. United States of America approves 6 secret authorizations for Saudi nuclear power works. We begin here in Oka, where the Anambra State government has charged the Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE, to intervene and put an end to incessant building collapses in the country. The State Deputy Governor, Dr. Nkemokeke, made the charge when a team from the Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE, Anambra State chapter paid him a courtesy visit in his office at the government house, Oka. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo filed the story taken from our studio.
Deputy Governor Okeke, who restated the commitment of the Obiano-led administration towards consolidating on its achievements for Anambra in the first tenure, assured that the government would not terminate its relationship with organizations and private bodies that mean well for the state.
I like your humility. The way he approaches me, the way he talks to me, it gives you a sense of happiness and good people. And I thank God for the administration and what you were able to achieve in the secure land for the construction of the engineering office. You see a go-getter, somebody who is really interested in performing, who wants to excel in his work. And I like that in people. I like people that strive.
Speaking earlier, the newly elected Oka branch chairman of the association, Engineer Martin Agbeli, who is also the state fire service chief, appreciated the state government for its support so far to the association and promised that the group would continue to wage war against quackery in the building industry as a way of putting to an end the issue of building collapse.
The predecessor has already done well, done a lot of things. But when you talk about leadership, it's all about continuity. And when you talk about continuity, it's not just continue from wherever. If there's anything the guy outgoing has done, where he has done well, you can continue from there and do. And also to make sure that you do something that is different from whatever he has done.
It will be recalled that the Deputy Governor was last week adopted as a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers at Abuja by the national body of the association.
Anambra State is to host the Southeast Zonal Delegate Conference of Radio, Television, Theatre and Art Workers Union Ratao in May this year. The National Vice President Southeast Ratao, Comrade Emeka Kalu, disclosed this when he led a delegation of Southeast leadership of Ratao to a courtesy call on the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Anambra Broadcasting Service in his office in Oka. Staff reporter Njide Gogoy was there and now reports.
The delegation comprises of the Southeast National Vice President, National Officer of Southeast, National Woman Leader, Zonal Woman Leader, Chairman and Secretaries of the 5 Eastern States, and leadership of Anambra Chapter of Ratao. Disclosing the aim of their visit, Comrade Kalu said that because the history of Ratao and the Southeast Zone cannot be told without mentioning ABS as the hallmark of the entire union, they chose ABS as the venue for their meeting to set up local organizing committee for the conference. Given the theme of the conference as media and culture sector, the hallmark of national integration and development, Comrade Kalu said, because Ratao is the largest union for media and cultural workers in Nigeria, they want to showcase the rich cultural heritage of the Southeast Zone at the week-long event.
Preparatory to our zonal conference of the 5 Southeast zones, we have scheduled a meeting here to hold in ABS. That is why we are here.
On his part, the National Officer Southeast of Ratao, Comrade Ifeanyi Sunday, thanked Governor Willie Obiano for giving ABS a first lift, which he said is of international standard, and Chief Uche Nwora for his open-door administration and for the cordial relationship between him and the staff of the establishment.
It's a very happy moment for us here. It's good to see you, and we know we've had that feeling that there is peace and absolute tranquility within you and our members working here.
Responding, Chief Nwora thanked them for the visit, saying that Governor Obiano's friendly disposition with the workers has made him to make ABS the most modern digital station in the Southeast and caring for the welfare of staff.
If you notice, technology now is what is driving the industry. The governor, most graciously, has built a brand new radio and TV. So that's, the biggest achievement I keep telling the staff is at least you know that in the next how many years you have brand new equipment to work with. Unlike before, they used to call ABS Aroma Broadcasting Service.
In Oka, Njideka Okoye, ABS News.
30 members select into the various constituencies of the State Assembly have received their certificates of return from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The event took place at the INEC headquarters in Oka. Correspondent Ngozi Obileri covered the event and now reports.
The INEC National Commissioner for Anambra, Enugu and Benue States, Mr. Festus Okoye, while speaking at the event, called on House of Assembly members-elect of 30 constituencies of the state to ensure they enact laws that promote better living for their constituents and the state at large. While congratulating the members-elect for coming out victorious at the March 9 State Assembly election, Mr. Okoye said the only way they can reciprocate the honor bestowed on them is to work hard to make life meaningful for the Anambra. He frowned at some politicians and political parties who endangered lives of some INEC ad hoc staff, all because they want to win by all means, saying that the Commission plans to approach National Assembly to enact laws that would prohibit such acts in the future, saying that it has degenerated into losing competent hands that should be working for the Commission.
The Commission is planning to carry out this task without power the Nigerian people are aware of circumstances and the issues that have been present contacts in the country. And we are planning to reverse it, and we are confident that we will succeed.
Presenting the certificates, the Anambra State President Electoral Commissioner Dr. Nkwachukwu charged elected members to increase the value of votes by living up to their campaign promises.
And for me, this certificate is embedded the mandate that we have been doing. This certificate is a symbol of the mandate that the people came to do on the 9th of March.
The event climaxed with presentation of certificates of return to the members-elect from the INEC State Headquarters in Oka. I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Imagine as the only woman in the 30-member 7th Anambra State Assembly is no mean feat, and one that calls for gratitude to God and to man. This was the major reason the member representing Onitsha South constituency, Honorable Beverly Nkemdichi Bazu, was accompanied to the altar of God at Christ the King Parish, Onitsha, by family members, friends, and well-wishers to thank God for his benevolence and victory on the just concluded House of Assembly election in the state. South reporter Njide Okoye again was there for the ABS and now reports.
The Thanksgiving took another dimension when a woman showed that what a man can do, a woman can do better by using flute to praise God, as all the words in Onitsha South 2 constituency gathered at Honorable Nkemdichi Bazu constituency office, Uguta Road, Onitsha, for a thank you reception. Honorable Nkemdichi Bazu, in her speech, thanked God for the victory and to the people of her constituency for voting for ABGA and having confidence in her, assuring them more quality representation. She added that she will concentrate more on community projects and engage more with the people.
And I will use the fund to at least accomplish some of the things that are needed in the constituency. We're going to work together. This is a service that I've come to serve them, and we're going to work together to accomplish that.
For the member that represented Onitsha South 2 at the State Assembly, Honorable Obiora Chukwuka, Honorable Nkemdichi Bazu is a gift to her constituency, and her good representation has made the people of Odakbo to vote her for the third time, urging her to keep the tempo. Speaking, the ABGA chairman, Anambra North Senatorial Zone, Chief Chinedu Nnatuanya, ABGA Secretary, Onitsha South, Barrister Noel Udoji, and Director General of her campaign organization, Mr. Ifechukwu Okosieme, said Mrs. Nkemdichi Ikpeazu has touched many lives in the constituency and she is a gift to humanity, and thanked the people for standing for the truth. Earlier, in a homily, the parish priest, Christ the King Catholic Church Parish, Onitsha, Reverend Father Godwin Okolo, stated that one reaching greatness is the mercy of God, and stressed the need for giving and caring for the downtrodden, and thanked God for the person of Honorable Nkemdichi Ikpeazu. The event featured the empowerment of Mr. Obiora, one of Mrs. Nkemdichi Ikpeazu's oldest supporters, with Toyota Camry, and cutting of birthday cake by Honorable Nkemdichi Ikpeazu. From Onitsha, Njedeka Okoye, ABS News.
Necessity, as the saying goes, is the mother of invention, and the best method of learning a language is by speaking it. The above sayings appear to have informed the ingenious ways transfer of technology is taking place at Mbuko Obosi Old Motor Parts Market. Ogotku Orano is our anchor on these expository reports. Stay with us.
Mbuko Obosi is a market that deals on fairly used motor spare parts and other condemned ions, generally referred to as scraps, gotten from different parts of the country and outside Nigeria, and brought to Mbuka market, where it is restructured for use by the traders, who are mostly able-bodied, energetic youths. It was also observed at the market that some of the fairly used parts are reconstructed by these young men to make their daily living. Speaking to ABS, Ogbuefi Ezeobodo Samuel Okechukwu, the President General of the market, who disclosed that he has been in the market for 21 years and started as a radiator repairer before he got to the present status, said the ingenuity of an Igbo man is seen in the ability to reconstruct, giving an example where they used the spring of Mercedes 123 to insert in Sienna to enable it carry heavy loads. He further revealed that the market, which fits the poor, as it could be started with a sum of 5,000 to 10,000 naira, have about 90,000 able-bodied youths who specialized in different areas and appealed to the state government to provide access roads and security to the market. Pastor Chinedu Ugwebo, the PRO of the market, who said that poverty is the mother of ingenuity, pointed out that initially people do not regard them because scrap business is seen as dirty, but God through the business lifted many of them from grass to grace. Pastor Chinedu said foreigners have visited the market to witness how the Igbos explore their God-given talents by converting abandoned motor parts to function, pointing out that most of them do not have formal education, but out of their ingenuity can create, reconstruct, and revive those parts to work again.
The people before it's in Azu Mbuko Obosi, but today with this little thing or this thing we are doing here, God has used it to bless the Igbo.
Mr. Lawrence Ndubisi, who repairs propeller of cars, bought from Belgium, told the ABS that he learned how to fix the propeller and the market, saying that he gets his means of livelihood from there.
So stu biscuit and education of ma uzo nke ozo education of ma container na dina uzo no na bata so I na your maka government.
It was also gathered from others who spoke that Peugeot radiator can be used to repair Japanese cars, while Toyota gearbox can be used in Belgian car. Igbo youths in the market, though not highly educated, have mighty minds to recreate. Ogotku Orano for ABS News.
Those are beautiful stories coming to you there from Obosi. Still to come on the news, Boko Haram militants raids military base near Burutai's hometown, kills policeman. United States of America approves 6 secret authorizations for Saudi nuclear power works. More stories after this short break.
Here is a public service announcement. Anambra State government cancels collection of levies and fees in all markets in Anambra State. This is to inform the public that Anambra State government has cancelled the collection of all forms of levies and fees in markets and streets in Anambra State. The cancellation will be in effect until 1st June 2019. The 3-month cancellation period is to enable government and leadership of the various markets to deliberate and agree on a better and more effective model of collecting fees and levies in the markets. The public is hereby also reminded that the ban on sales of emblem is still in force. Anybody caught violating this cancellation and ban on sales of emblem will be arrested and prosecuted. This is for the attention of market unions and their leadership, traders, security agencies, and the public. Announcer, Mr. C. Don Adenoba, Honorable Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment.
Welcome back to the news. Islamist militants have raided a military base in northeast Nigeria, killing a policeman and a local resident, witnesses revealed yesterday. Fighters in 13 vehicles late Wednesday attacked the base outside Meringa village, 15 kilometers from the home of Army Chief Tukubrotai. The jihadists believed to be from the ISIS-affiliated Islamic State West Africa province bombed the base along with an armored vehicle and a primary school. Fleeing residents later returned to their homes and found the base, the lodging, and armored personnel carrier and a section of a primary school bombed. The area around Meringa has been repeatedly targeted by insurgents since Buratai became Nigeria's Chief of Army Staff in 2015. In January this year, 6 soldiers were killed and 14 were injured when ISWAP attacked or sacked a base in nearby Kamuya village, stealing weapons and burning military vehicles. And on the foreign scene, U.S. Energy Secretary Rick Perry has approved 6 secret authorizations for companies to sell nuclear power technology and assistance to Saudi Arabia. The Trump administration has quietly pursued a wider deal on sharing U.S. nuclear power technology with Saudi Arabia, which aims to build at least 2 nuclear power plants. Perry's approvals, known as Part 810 authorizations, allow companies to do preliminary work on nuclear power in advance of any deal, but not cheap equipment that would go into a plant, a source with knowledge of the agreements told Reuters news agency on condition of anonymity. The Department of Energy's National Nuclear Security Administration, NSAA, said in a document that the companies had requested that the Trump administration keep the approvals secret. And on sports, inter-house sports competition is an extracurriculum activity school children look forward to, as it creates platforms for them to showcase their talents and build good spirit of sportsmanship among themselves. Correspondent Faith Onyemuche was at the annual inter-house sports competition of Dennis Memorial Grammar School, Onitsha, and now reports.
Dennis Memorial Grammar School, Onitsha, marked its Founders Day alongside its annual inter-house sport competition. Behind our students colorfully dressed in their houses, ready for the competition.
Students of Dennis Memorial Grammar School, Onitsha, were filled with excitement as the school celebrated its annual inter-house sport competition and Founders Day. The event kicked off with a brief church service at the school chapel. In his sermon, the school chaplain, Reverend Onyebuchi Emefo, who spoke on the topic focused on the finish line, charged the students to be focused on their Christian life and academics.
This school has been known for academic excellence, moral excellence too. They should also avail themselves for the spiritual race that is set before us.
The church service, which was immediately followed by the inter-house sport activities, attracted students from various schools, old boys of the MGS, parents, and notable dignitaries across the states. Speaking later during the inter-house sports, the chairman on the occasion, Sir Dr. Enrique Anazodo, represented by an associate professor, Department of Music, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Dr. Nnamdi Onora, said the event will help build good spirit of competition among the students, while commending parents for their turnout in supporting the children. In his remark, the principal of the school, Reverend Canon Chigozie Anieto, said sports and games are an integral part of a student's life, as he encouraged the student to participate in games and sports,
to enjoy health and vigor of life.
Sports and games are an integral part of a student's life. A student should study hard to be successful in competitive examinations, but he or she should also play games and sports to enjoy the health and vigor of life.
In their separate speeches, some of the students, Messieurs Tobechuku Emelukwa from Howell's House and Chukwuemeka Mozie from Livingston House, said the inter-house sport event is an activity they always look forward to, expressing happiness to be part of this year's event. The event featured march past, relay, martial art, cultural dance, presentation of prizes, among others. Memorial Grammar School Onitsha 2019 Annual Inter-House Sport Competition. ABS News.
Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging onto our website, www.absradiotv.com. You can like us at Facebook at www.facebook.com/ABSRadioTelevision. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Now the main point again before we go. Anambra State government has asked Nigerian Society of Engineers to quickly intervene in the high rate of building collapse in the country. INEC has presented certificates of return to 30 members elect of State House of Assembly. Boko Haram militants have raided military base near Brotai's hometown, kills policeman. United States of America has approved 6 secret authorizations for Saudi nuclear power works. And that is the news at this hour. I am David Obokwasile. Good morning, Anambra continues right after now.